We start this hour, though, with some breaking transfer news. As you can see, James Savundra has joined me with the details. James, what can you tell us?
Right, these pictures just into us in those cars are Manchester United.
Welcome back to the channel, City Faithful. If you want to stay ahead of the curve with the absolute freshest, most explosive breaking transfer news straight from the Etihad, you are in the right place. Before we dive deep into the monumental signing that has just rocked the footballing world, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update on our march to glory. The European summer transfer window has been completely set ablaze by a sensational developing narrative mapping directly from West London to East Manchester. At the heart of this footballing earthquake is Enzo Maresca, who has barely had time to unpack his bags at the Etihad Stadium before orchestrating an audacious raid on his former employer, Chelsea. The Italian tactician has made it explicitly clear that he intends to rebuild Manchester City's post-Guardiola future with familiar blocks. In a dramatic turn of events that has caught the footballing world completely by surprise, Maresca has authorized a blockbuster move to bring his former club World Cup winning right-back, Malo Gusto, into the Manchester City fold. The news follows hot on the heels of Maresca's official confirmation as Pep Guardiola's successor, a monumental appointment that has shifted the tectonic plates of European football governance. For Gusto, the opportunity to reunite with his former mentor represents a definitive lifeline after a tumultuous period in his career. Following Maresca's highly publicized departure from Stamford Bridge to take the City hot seat, the French defender found himself navigating a sequence of highly questionable, inconsistent seasons under the subsequent Chelsea regime. The structural fluidity that once made him a standout in England seemed to vanish, leaving him marooned in a transitioning squad. The drop in Gusto's form post-Maresca became a major talking point among pundits, as the dynamic fullback struggled to replicate the tactical discipline and defensive assurance that defined his early years in London. When Xabi Alonso took over the reins at Stamford Bridge, Gusto's role became even more scrutinized, leading many to believe that a tactical mismatch was stifling the development of one of Europe's brightest young defensive talents. Yet, the history between Maresca and Gusto remains incredibly rich, underpinned by silverware and shared tactical philosophies. The French international was nothing short of instrumental during Maresca's trophy-laden tenure at Chelsea, playing a pivotal role in securement of continental prestige and the coveted FIFA Club World Cup trophy. Under the Italians' guidance, Gusto evolved into a prototype of the modern, inverted fullback, seamlessly transitioning between traditional defense and midfield overload. It is precisely this tactical synergy that has prompted Maresca to instruct the Manchester City hierarchy to make Gusto an absolute priority. The Italian manager firmly believes that the 23-year-old possesses the exact profiling required to execute his demanding system at the Etihad. Rather than spending months teaching a new defender the complex positional rotations required of a Maresca fullback, the manager can plug in a player who already knows the playbook inside out. For the player himself, the desire to preserve and maintain his professional relationship with his former boss has been the driving force behind this sudden transfer request. Gusto reportedly feels that his highest ceiling as a footballer can only be unlocked under Maresca's precise tutelage. The lure of competing for the Premier League and Champions League under a manager who completely trusts his abilities proved far too enticing to turn down. According to deep source transfer market reports, the French right-back has already given the green light to the move, effectively agreeing to personal terms in principle with the reigning world champions. This pivotal development has effectively shifted the battlefield from player persuasion to hard boardroom politics, setting up a high-stakes negotiation process between two of English football's modern heavyweights. Negotiations are now actively ongoing between Chelsea Football Club and Manchester City to find a definitive breakthrough for the transfer. The conversations are described as tense but professional, with both clubs fully aware of the financial and sporting ramifications behind the deal. City are eager to present Gusto as the crown jewel of Maresca's maiden transfer window, while Chelsea find themselves in a complex balancing act. The primary hurdle in these high-level discussions remains the widely disparate valuation of the player. Chelsea, well protected by Gusto's long-term contract which runs until June 2030, have slapped a commanding £75 million price tag on the defender. The West London club is determined not to let a premium asset leave on the cheap, especially to a direct Premier League rival who just poached their manager. Manchester City, on the other hand, are standing firm against paying what they perceive to be an exorbitant premium. Led by their astute recruitment team, City have made it clear to Stamford Bridge officials that while Maresca deeply appreciates Gusto, they are not prepared to blindly meet the £75 million demand. Reports from top transfer insiders indicate that City are pushing for a structured deal closer to the £45 million to £50 million mark. The leverage in negotiations is a fascinating puzzle, given Chelsea's internal squad evolution. The Blues have already secured the signature of Italian youth international right-back Marco Palestra, and with club captain Reece James returning to full fitness alongside the emergence of Josh Achimpong, Chelsea's right flank is arguably overcongested. This surplus could eventually pressure Chelsea into lowering their financial demands to free up crucial squad space and balance their financial books. Should the move cross the finish line, Gusto's arrival at the Etihad would signal a major tactical evolution for Manchester City. He would find himself in direct, healthy competition with Kyle Walker and Matheus Nunes, offering Maresca a younger, highly energetic alternative who understands how to invert into the midfield pivot space, a tactical maneuver that became a hallmark of City's dominance over the past decade. The footballing world now watches with bated breath as the two club hierarchies continue their financial chess match. For the City faithful, the prospect of securing a proven, trophy-winning defender who shares an almost telepathic understanding with their new manager is an incredibly exciting statement of intent for the new era. Ultimately, this sensational transfer saga highlights the immense gravitational pull of managerial relationships in modern football. If Enzo Maresca succeeds in dragging his former trusted lieutenant out of Stamford Bridge and into the Etihad Stadium, it will stand as the definitive opening statement of his Manchester City legacy, proving that while managers change clubs, true tactical partnerships never truly die.
Please like this video and subscribe.